Sunday nights are for Scorecard, and it was a great weekend for Ghanaian strikers around the world and in Europe, specifically. Kudus Mohamed getting his first goal for Tottenham Hotspur. Antoine Semenyo might as well be the most informed player in the English Premier League. You heard me right. He was cooking once again for AFC Bournemouth. In the Championship, Fatal Isahaku was doing his thing again. The Fatal Isahaku. He was doing the Fatal Isahaku, if you know what I mean. Cut in, get to the edge of the box, and then score a banger. Inaki Williams was scoring in Spain as well. Coincidentally, an international break is on the horizon. So there's a lot to talk about on Scorecard this evening. Let's do a quick turnaround. When I come back, I'll tell you what's cooking for this particular show, and then I'll introduce my two good friends. Let's do a quick turnaround. Welcome back to Scorecard here on Channel 1 TV. My good friends are in the studio, Emmanuel Nubo and Coach Christopher Nimley. Gentlemen, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Ben. Thank you.
Let's get right into it. Time is already fast spent. Let's start off with some action. That started off on the game night. Friday night is when this one was played. AFC Bournemouth versus Fulham is the game in question. Antoine Semenyo getting an assist and also a brace on the day. So let's get the highlights of that game. We'll come back in studio and discuss. So Antoine Semenyo got a brace on the day, taking his goal tally, I believe, to 6 for the season. But let me start with you on that note. AFC Bournemouth flying up the table. Semenyo, probably Mr. Inform in the league now. FPL, Otoado's side, his coaches are everywhere. His stock is up everywhere.
I think since he's been in the Premier League, I think over the past 2 or 3 seasons, he's really shown his quality. He's improved season on season. And I was one of the people saying he should have made a move this year. But looking at the way he's playing, it means that if you want to come in for him over the summer, you're going to have to pay big money. And we know Bournemouth, they don't play with their money. But credit to be given to Bournemouth. They started the game very well. They had a few chances. They went behind, and then now they got into momentum, and then they won the game. And if you look at the 2 goals that Semenyo scored, the first one especially, so he beats his man, gets into a position where normally you have to cut his back. He sees there's no option, and then quick thinking, he shoots the ball through the keeper's legs. The second goal, he makes a run, Kluivert uses him as a decoy, gets into space, and then he shoots. Then the third goal, he covers a lot of space from the back, gets into position and scores. So as a striker, as a winger, he can take on his players, he's getting assists, and then when he gets into the final third, decision making. When do I pass? When do I shoot? What type of finish do I choose? And I think this season he's really shown that in all the games that he's played in. And I think it's credit to him. What we want to see is, can he do more of that when he gets into the Ghanaian team? Will our coach profile him right? Tactically set up the team. For him. Exactly. Tactically set up the team such that we bring the best out of him into this team. And that's what I'll be looking out for in the international break. But on a whole, for Bournemouth, I think he's been incredible.
Semenyo, incredible. Coach, your thoughts on the young man, especially from a tactical standpoint, like what have you been noticing about how his game is evolving?
I think about 2 or 3 things. First and foremost, he's designed himself as a team player. And if you are a player who is ready to make an impact, you should first of all take away any form of individualism from your game and play for your team. If you look at Semenyo, he's not only creating the chances for himself to score, but he's working himself tirelessly for the entire team. Tactically, he's asked to play on either side of the team, that is right or left wing. But his movement doesn't take him to the bar line. It brings him closer to goal because they are playing a one-top. So it means that those guys flanking the wings will have to move closer into support. What they don't, the reason why they do that is that they don't normally give the midfield away. So if you watch their midfielders, they are always within the zone to make sure that that is the place that they tend to dominate. If anybody is going to sacrifice, it's the wingers that normally come narrow all the way through to support the main man. And he's doing that with distinction. 2, the goals he scored yesterday completely sums up how better a player he's become.
Yeah.
Don't forget, last season, earlier on this season, I did not criticize, but I spoke about his finishing.
Yeah.
It was all about power, power, power. I don't think he's gotten that out of his game yet. But from yesterday, that first goal, it wasn't about power.
Nope.
It's about, like he said, through the legs of the goalkeeper. Let me just see whether I
There's
can.
a lot of technique and finesse on that, because that's
that
almost
ball.
an impossible angle to
Very,
score.
very impossible angle. And for him to have done that, you want to applaud him. Most people will highlight his first goal, but I'm interested in his second goal. The reason why I'm interested in the second goal, it speaks volume of his desire to make a mark. If you watch that goal again, when Bournemouth conceded the corner kick, Semenyo was in the 6-yard box. So when they repelled the ball, he was still in the 6-yard box. When the pass was given to the attacker who then carried the ball into the half of Fulham, that was when Semenyo took off. You get here? I was watching and I was timing. The distance, you see, the football is about 110 meters. That is from pole to pole, 110. If my calculations is right, or from what I could see with my eye, I think he covered not less than 90 meters.
That's crazy.
In less than 10 seconds. Because every other player was ahead of him, including the one who was carrying the ball. But he ran past every Bournemouth player. And when the pass was made, the main striker, the number 9 who was ahead, Semenyo rather found himself in the better position, planting the ball in the back of the net. That is desire. My problem, like he rightly said, is with the national team. When he comes, you see, one of the things that Otuado is not doing right, he's not sat Kudus, Semenyo, and Inaki Williams to get these guys to understand the strength and weaknesses of their teammates. Look, when we had Steven Appiah, Asamajan, Lai Kingston, Michael Essien, Suleiman Tari, when you listen to those guys, they understood the game of everybody such that Lion knew that this was Muntari's weak point. So he will not do anything to expose him. Likewise, Aliu. Likewise, Michael Essien. And of course, Steven Appiah. They did everything, those 4 in midfield, they did everything cordially such that they could support their main man. At times, whenever we went 4-4-2, we had Mathiyama and Asamajan complementing each other. We don't see that with the current Black Stars. Our team is overly playing as individuals. But if you look at what Semenyo is saying, like I said, he's playing like a team player. Can he do same when he comes to the Black Star? Maybe he can. But how is Kudus going to respond? How is Inaki going to respond? For me, when I look at that Black Stars team, the only player who I think and believe is playing for the team, I'm not saying the rest are not playing, but the only person who is playing as a team player is Thomas Partey. If you exclude the defenders, Partey picks up the ball. He wants everybody to have a feel of it. He picks up the ball and he's doing the simple things. To play for the team or to become a team player, you need to do the simple things to get everybody involved. That is when you can complement the effort of each other, and then as a team, you go and win games. If Otuado can sit Semenyo, Kudus, Inaki Williams, Thomas all our forward attacking players, now that Isayako too is banging in the goals, he needs to be talked to.
Kamaldeen is also.
Kamaldeen is scoring. Take away the individualism from your game and play for the team. Look.
I like that you're talking about this, because I feel like Black Stars games these days,
it's almost about what
individual
I can do.
When individual brilliance doesn't show up, we are either heading for a draw
or we are losing the game. And we cannot, you see, with the crop of players with God, with the attacking talent with God.
We easily have the best players on the continent.
Exactly.
Nobody can tell me otherwise.
Look, my only problem with this team is that we don't, our laterals are not good. And to some extent, I think Juku and Salih's partnership is not what we should be thinking about going into the World Cup. Mohamed Salisu.
Salisu's not been playing. He's not been,
That
he's not been
partnership
playing.
cannot
He's
be
not
the
been
thing.
playing for his
That
team.
cannot be our partnership, because the two of them don't know how to pass the ball. None of them carries the ball, because there are times where tactically where you see the people blocking the channel to Thomas Partey. We need a defender, centre back, who can stop and carry the ball. And there's this boy they've called, the Nice player, something Pepra. Yes. I think Otuado should look at that boy and look at him very, very well. I think he's the solution to that problem. He actually is very capable of carrying the ball when our midfielders are being eclipsed and there's no room to pass to them. We need a defender who can do so. But I haven't said that, look, Semenyo has been brilliant. Yesterday, on Friday, right? We were doing Sports Panorama at the time, and when we all saw the goal, he just took our breath away.
Yeah. You could just see coming from
We
a mile
couldn't
away.
believe it.
I'm like, yeah.
And that was in the back of the net. And for me, Fatau is scoring, Semenyo is scoring, Inaki is scoring. Everybody is doing well.
Everybody's
Kamadi is scoring. Joseph Pensa is doing it.
No excuse.
No excuse whatsoever.
Nope.
Not to qualify on the 8th. We are qualifying on the 8th. No, you see, I'm in my Ghana jersey already. We are qualifying on the 8th. In fact, when I was selecting what to wear, I said, look, let me bring this thing and remind every Ghanaian and Otuado that the Black Star qualifies to the World Cup on the 8th in Morocco. What is going to happen on the 12th in Accra is party time. I'm going to party, man.
I hope so. I hope it will be party time. Let's get to Eland Road, where there was some action as well. This time it was Leeds United taking on Tottenham Hotspur. Kudus Mohammed had recorded a couple of assists so far in the Spurs jersey. He was yet to score, though, for his new side. He came up with the all-important goal, and the stool came out again. Let's get the highlights. So Kudus Mohammed gets in the all-important goal. I heard him say something very interesting. He says that he's been practicing cutting in and finishing at the near post because most goalkeepers expect a left-footed player to go to the far post. Coach, that's a very interesting analysis of his own game. But first goal on the board for him, good form so far. Looks like he's learning as well as he goes along.
You see, you have to improve. Yeah. Because the levels keep changing. I don't expect the Kudus of Ajax to be playing for Spurs because the level has changed. Even the league, the standard of the league has changed.
Even from last season.
Coaches and your opponents are trying to read into your game. So it's better where you tend to add some variety to what you do. So it was nice to hear him say those things. And actually, he's now reminding every opposition goalkeeper that when he cuts onto the field, he can go left, he can go right. And that is what you want to create. You want to create a bit of unpredictability on the part of your opponent. They should not be able to say for sure that you are going to go out wide once you cut onto your left foot. But having said that, look, his performances has been very consistent. For Spurs, at least, since
4 assists and a goal.
4 assists out of 7 games? Yeah. That, I think, for a winger, is what it has to be. Clearly, it's going to get better. Once he begins to believe in his ability a bit more and accept the fact that he's playing for a team that is in the Champions League and therefore a lot is expected from him, the coach has shown good and great faith in him and he's believing his teammates play for the team, play for the badge. What he does is what I want to see him do for the Black Stars. When he's at this level, when he's playing for Spurs or when he's playing, he doesn't hold on to the ball necessarily.
He plays strictly to instructions.
That's it. These are some of the things where some of us are saying that going into the World Cup, we cannot go with Otuado. We need a coach that when he stands, even at an eye contact,
you need to behave.
It's more than enough. Look, it's more than enough to get the message across. Yeah. Because there's a game plan that we all have to stick to. Nobody's saying don't show me or show us how talented you are within the game plan. But you first of all stick to the game plan. Make sure the game plan works. Then within the plan, if you can show your technique and how marvelous and super a player you are, we'll take it. But not when the game plan is being frustrated by you and you are trying to tell us how skillful or show it. No, nobody will entertain that. And we need a coach. Because the last time, even when the captain was substituted, we saw the display that was happening. That did happen when Otuado pulled off Jordan Ayew. You don't expect that from your captain. He made you captain. Yeah. Okay? So if he's substituting you, you should support your teammate. These are some of the reasons why some of us are saying that the Black Stars technical bench is too weak. Because our players now have egos.
Yeah. And we play for big teams.
Yeah. And we need a coach. Look, just walk into the dressing room and the respect is automatic. It's commanded. You don't demand. At this level, if you're a coach and you are demanding that your players to respect you, you've lost the job.
And you see, if you are coached by Andoni Raiola, coached by Thomas Frank,
and then
you have to come down and listen to Otoado's
somebody who
instructions.
will wear kaftan when his player scores, then he runs onto the pitch. Have you seen? Look at Moresca when Chelsea Tavares scored the goal. He didn't go onto the pitch. He went to meet the players at the corner. But this one, he came onto the pitch.
But what has his kaftan got to
No,
do
but
with
these are things we should mention. It tells us that he's substandard. So things that should not be, that's what he does. But look, we as a country, we've given him the materials. He cannot say Ghana has not given him the materials. We've given him the materials and the quality to get him to prepare our team and get them to play and guarantee us results.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that is what we want to see. Nothing less. Anything less than that, some of us.
He's a failure.
He's done so well.
Yeah.
Get to the World Cup. Change him. You see, I'm bent on making sure that thing should happen. The technical team of the Black Stars
will have to change. No, I'm sure the FA themselves know that based on how he performed in the last World Cup, they will definitely have to either make a change or do some beefing up. But we'll see how that goes. But,
No, beefing up means more money.
Well, somebody will have to leave.
No, you don't beef up.
need to show
You
them-
clear.
You need to clear.
You clear and bring. If you beef up, you stop
first
his
situation where you
50,000.
find technical
Then you
advices
clear and
all
bring.
those kind of
Which
things.
is a
Yes.
fair point made. No, but just quick thoughts on that game. Leeds United losing the game at home. Spurs digging deep to get all 3 points.
Spurs were the better team.
Yeah.
And with the Kudus goal, it's something coach has always been talking about. That arc in front of the 18-yard
That is the
box.
goal, Charlie.
So if you watch the highlights carefully, immediately he got to the edge of it, he took the shot. So you know that once you hit it
Yeah.
well, it's on target, and he caught the keeper unawares.
Yeah.
Then the other part is Tell. He's a player who has come in from Bayern. There was a lot of hype around him
Yep.
from Bayern.
They bought him for a lot of money too.
Yes, and fans have been on him and all those kind of things. I'm happy he scored.
Yeah.
But one thing people also forget is, I think he's just 22.
Yeah, he's
years.
scared. He's a kid.
Probably 21.
Yeah,
he's very
he's
young.
that
Like
young.
very young.
But technically, he's very sound. And once he scored, if he's able to replicate that more often, he grows into confidence. Then now you can shuffle between him and Richarlison. You have more options up front, and then Spurs can build on from that.
Let's do more highlights here on the show. This time, let's take the action to the Emirates. Arsenal suffered a couple of injuries, but still managed all 3 points on the board and a clean sheet as well. Let's get the highlights. So a win that took Arsenal to the top of the table. Huge 3 points for them.
Especially with the way Liverpool is playing now. And knowing how the league goes, the earlier you get up there and stay up top, the better for them. But I think Arsenal, injury concerns is one of the things. Martin Odegaard has not been fully fit since last season.
And he had to hobble off in this game as well.
Yes. And this would probably be the second or third time he's had to be subbed off when he has started the game and he got injured. So that's one thing they'll have to look at. But for Arsenal, I think if you look across the teams, I think they have a very solid squad, which should be able to win the league. The only thing they would have to be creating more chances. But at least they create good enough chances to be able to win games.
Yeah.
And that's the most important thing for them right now. They are playing well to get teams like West Ham at home.
Yeah.
You win. You don't dilly-dally with it. You get your chance, you win, and then that's it. So outside the injuries, I think they're on a good way. Defensively too, I think they're the best team. They conceded just 3 goals all season.
Yeah.
One of them was a wonder strike by Suboslai.
Yeah.
So 2 goals is enough for them to win a game, even one, just based on how they are playing. So for me, I think they just need to build on that. Now when it gets into the bigger teams and the bigger games, going deeper into the season, how does he balance his squad and all those kind of things? But how things are going, it looks like they are the ones setting the pace now.
Arsenal, the pace setters. Do you agree?
I have tipped them to win the league.
I know. I remember.
And I say if they don't win the league, the manager should be sacked.
Yeah.
Because this would have been his 6th season as a manager. And look, the quality of the Arsenal team, I think player for player, they are the best in the league.
Yeah, they have the best squad.
So I don't understand if Arteta cannot be brave against his peers. Then you have to turn an eye and look at him as a long man. Then you don't deserve to be where you are. I want to see against Man City. I want to see against Liverpool. I want to see against Chelsea. Eze, Odegaard, is it Saka? Those guys don't
Play your
have to
star
be there.
players.
Play your
your
star
forward-
players.
Yep.
Play,
Forward-thinking players.
Play them, and then you can have, if you are so much concerned about your defense, you at least those three of Rice, Zubimendi, and Moreno, take one off, and then introduce the creativity players in the team. My worry is that they are not playing for their number 9.
Yeah.
They are not creating chances for him.
enough decent chances for him.
The chances are half chances. He's shown very early on that you present those chances for him, he puts them away.
Yeah.
So they are I understand he's not been there for a long time. They are still playing to get him to understand and suit his game. But having said, look, I think they will be a very hard nut to crack.
Yeah.
Once they've sought out the going forward thing. Defensively, they've never been in doubt. Defensively, they've been
Always been a solid
so
team.
assured of themselves.
Yep.
Whether it is Saliba, Gabriel, or Timber, and then Calafiori, whoever is there, they've been assured. So once you have that, and their goalkeeper to take it or leave it, I think he's one of the best goalkeeper in the world.
Yeah.
David Raya.
Yeah, I think he's one of the best goalkeeper in the world, and because his decision making, yes, goalkeeper will concede, but he's one of those who, for fun, he keeps clean sheet.
Yeah.
Together with his defensive
He
set.
has a good balance of being able to distribute with his feet
And
and also
then
being a shot stopper.
a shot stopper. So
Sometimes
he's,
he gets that wrong, but as a
but
shot
look,
stopper,
he's an excellent
excellent
goalkeeper. So if your foundation at the back is solid, you have no excuse not to win this league. And I think Arsenal, like I said, are the team to win it. If they don't win it, how many years has it been? 22, 23 years?
20. The last time
21?
they won was 2004, I
Yeah.
believe.
Okay,
204,
that's-
205
so,
season.
So that's 21 years. It's enough.
It's enough. Let me read a few messages and then we'll take another break here on the show. This one here is from Bennett from Adenta. This is my all-time best sports show. You talk football to the understanding of real football lovers. I would love to see Coach being part of the Black Stars technical team. The man is brilliant with his football knowledge.
Etukreku cannot work with me.
I was waiting to hear that.
He cannot work with me.
Oh, my
I will not
goodness.
be part of him interfering.
Don't do this. Don't do this. Give it a chance.
No, I'm not.
This one here says, hello, keep up the good work. Ghana, we are having the best team, but Otuado is our problem. From Solo, a.k.a. Azolowa. Watching you from Prestia, Brumasi Barria, okay? It says, I send my greetings to Miss Barbara Otin Jesse, former Prestia MP. A happy birthday to her. Okay, I'm sure she'll hear it. This one here says, good evening. Greetings to our future Black Stars coach, namely. Looks like people are on your case today. I think because you're in a Ghana jersey too, it makes a lot of sense.
We are qualifying on the 8th.
It says, what is wrong with my team Liverpool these days? Abdul Ganiu from Media Kotoku with that one. This one says that Rafinha did all the dirty work for Barcelona and the overhyped Yamal for Ballon d'Or. Look at how he was absent for the 3 games. I'm not sure if I really understand, but
Man is injured.
I tried to
He's
get
not
the
in
input.
game.
Apart from Ahu, she says that, good evening, Ben and the team. When Alexis Sanchez made his debut in the Spanish league, Lamine Yamal was 4 years old. Today, we saw him back in the mix for that Barca draw. Hansi Flick must stop being an Amorim and vary tactics in certain games. He's being exposed big time. I need coach's assessment on Lamens. We'll get that very soon. We'll get to that United game soon. This one here is from Kweku from La Paz. Says, I don't know why Otuado is calling Gideon Mensah all the time. He doesn't cover the left back position well. This one says, good evening, guys. It quite seems like Amorim watches this sports show every Sunday night because he adhered to coach's advice on starting Lamens. And thank God we peacefully had our 3 points from Kwame Afresika in the Buakwa. One more here says, I think our coaches in Ghana are not helping our foreign players, and that's why they don't shine with the national team. Anyway, yesterday Real Madrid won. Man United won. Guess what? I was a happy guy to see Liverpool and Barca lose. This one is Kweku Baku Jr. from Konongo. There. Let's get our second break in. When we come back, we'll get to more highlights and more tactical analysis. Stay with us here on Scorecard. So quite a number of positives there for United. Tesco scoring back-to-back clean sheets. Lament's making his debut. Coach, let's get into some of that. You were against starting Arte Bayende. You said that all hell was going to break loose if he started again. Lament starts, had a pretty solid debut for such a big game.
Look, I think without a doubt, he's the future of the goalkeeping department. He's very young. But he's at least 23. When David De Gea came,
yeah, he was way younger.
He was young, I think 2 or 3 years younger. But what made this so much of a necessity was the fact that Bayende is just not good enough. Understood. Amorim said he wanted Martinez. But the owners decided on Lamont. Lamont comes in, Bayende does nothing to make a solid case for himself. So if I'm the coach, simple. I wanted this, okay, the one you brought to me, now go and catch and let's see. So I understand why he didn't throw him in from the beginning. Because when he came, his first game, Man United was going to Man City. You don't just throw him into a Manchester derby. But for the Sunderland game, if Lamont had not started that game, then the message would have been clear. Because if he didn't start that game, you're not going to take him to Anfield. But from what he has done, take him to Anfield. Let him go, make all the mistakes, let Man United get beat. He can only learn from that. If you put that aside, I've also said that if you're rebuilding, you don't build with old waddies. You don't build with people who have been there for so long a time. They've more or less supervised or administered the sacking of coaches upon coaches upon coaches. Top on the list, Mr. Maguire. Let him sit down. He's not good enough. He's terribly slow. Luke Shaw and Co. For Luke Shaw, what is keeping him in the team is because Licha is not yet back. Licha comes back, he plays 1, 2, 3 games, game fitness. Luke Shaw, go and sit down. It's not English team we are doing here. We are doing Manchester United. Then, Man United's biggest problem is in midfield. Look, the 2 in midfield. United don't have legs. Look, United in the Amorim system this season looked very fluid going forward. It is the defensive aspect of the game that they are struggling with in midfield. So I think what the coach should be thinking about doing is to get them to switch in between. When we don't have the ball, can we make it a middle 3? Instead of stay keeping to the 2 and the 2 number 10s, can one of the number 10 do this instead of doing this? Do this and come in front of Bruno Fernandes and Casemiro. If they can do that with the wing backs, that makes it a 5 and a 3 in the middle, a bit compact, okay? But that is where the difficulty is. Their inability to switch in between. When do we, and then if you want to transit back to the back 3 and the 2 number 10s, wait for the first 2, 3 passes to be done. If those were organized, then let's go.
It's interesting listening to you like this because I always feel like the most difficult part of football is being able to tactically switch
in between
phases like what you are talking about. But typically, you need like very high IQ players to do this type of things.
I understand. And players with legs. Casemiro don't have the legs. Bruno Fernandes is a better player when he plays as a number 10. But one thing that is clear, at least he won his 50th game since Alex Ferguson. For the first time in 3 years, they've won 3 games at home on the road. It's not happened in 3 years. I think 3 and a half, 4 years.
Crazy.
They've not won back-to-back games at Old Trafford. So what they need to do, try and make Old Trafford a fortress.
At least win your home
At
games.
least win your home games. Since they lost to Arsenal in the opening game, they've won every game they've played at Old Trafford. Put those points in the bag and see whether you can use that as a stepping stone to go away and accumulate some few more points in the bag. But look, don't sack this manager. Don't do it. It is a I don't even know how to say it, but it is something that will take time to work. Get him the players he wants. United surely need an upgrade. Look at Dalu. Look at Dalu. He's been there for years.
Yesterday
he
I was
can't
watching,
even control the ball. He sleeps on the job all the time. You cannot allow that to happen. But look, I was impressed with Šeško. Matheus Cunha is still not fully fit. Good international break. bring him back to full fitness, because United should go to Anfield in 2 weeks' time. Forget about the form. That one, some few seasons, collected him 7.
Yep.
Last season, it was 2-2. Go there with a similar intent. Van Dijk is no longer
this is
defending.
the best time to play Liverpool.
Van Dijk is no longer defending. He's doing this. Van Dijk, he's doing this. When they are bringing the water, they know Van Dijk.
Why are you doing this?
No, but you saw it when they are bringing the water. Then he's showing his. Why? Go and play. You are showing this part for what? So go and play them at the right time. Oh my goodness! When you were concerned about Van Dijk defending.
No, Van Dijk's defending stresses me out.
He's doing this. What?
We'll get into that game. Quick thoughts on what you liked about United, and also thoughts on Sunderland. Started the season well. Yesterday was not one of their better games of the campaign.
But I think their keeper kept them in this game.
Yeah.
If you ask me, with the highlights you saw, with
Yeah.
the saves he made and all those things. But these things are bound to happen, because if you look at Sunderland also, their team, which they played with in the Champions League and what they have in the Premier League, they brought in about 10. They spent over 100 million in players, so that will also take time to gel. Also, they've just come from a lower tier to a higher tier. So I think with what they've done so far, they've been okay.
Decent.
Yeah.
Yep.
They've been decent. So for them, it's not really a
For
dent
them,
in their
it is-
progress.
It is actually do everything to stay in the league.
Yes.
Do everything to stay in the league.
Yes. So I don't think it's a dent in their progress in any way. They've given a good account of themselves so far. So this will just be international break. They go restructure and then come back. They are also, as coach highlighted, they are very good at home. And for a team that wants to stay in the
Just
You need to
get
win
your
your
points at home.
yes, at home, and especially when you are playing with your peers, you beat
sure.
them. And then with the big boys, if you lose 1 or 2, that's okay.
Let's do the biggest game of the weekend. This one was at Stamford Bridge, a place Liverpool have labored to win in the past. But this time, they lost again, making it 3 defeats on the bounce for Arne Slot's men in all competitions. Let's get the highlights from Stamford Bridge between Chelsea and Liverpool, and then we'll go to the tactical board and show you how it broke down.
Look, you see, Liverpool, yesterday, I don't know what happened to Isaac, to Soboslai, Gravenberg. Most people tend to blame McAllister. I don't blame him at all. Because if you look at the setting here, if you look at the settings here, this is McAllister. He's rightfully positioned. This is Soboslai. This is Soboslai. This is Soboslai. This is Isaac. This is what Gravenberg. Look at all of them. How can one pass from Badashi just get all of them out of the way? The 3 of them. Tactically, this should have been the whereabout of what Gravenberg. He should be here, so that he and McAllister allies this, and they see whatever Liverpool was doing, whatever Chelsea was doing to them. They didn't see. One pass from what Badashi just took 3 of the Liverpool players, and for me, what was so annoying was the fact that we complained several times that Badashi is not comfortable on the ball.
They kept letting, look, he's literally crossed the center
Center, very confident. For such a player, you go and close him down. Close him down. Force the mistake out of him. Anytime they did that, Liverpool capitalized on that. He didn't. Now look at the pass. People are blaming McAllister. McAllister is correctly positioning because he could see the danger.
But even with that, you see, if you just look at the still frame, McAllister is having to look at 2 people.
At 2 people at the same
He
time.
has a decision to make.
He had a decision to make. So he thought he could steal the ball off Enzo Fernandez. But the moment that happened, look at that.
He's out.
Now, this is where now I don't get Van Dijk and Konate, especially Van Dijk. You should be closing him now because at this stage, the only player that Chelsea could actually fall to is Garnacho here. But look at where Garnacho is. He's completely out of focus. Nobody can see him. But look at here. Konate has got Pedro in check.
Yeah.
Bradley has got what? Cucurella in check. Who should be closing that ball down? Van Dijk. And look at what he's doing. He's doing like this. Instead of he's rather doing like this. Van Dijk. What sort of defending is that? Maybe it is time
Zonal marking.
He has to be looked at.
Zonal
When do
marking.
you step out? You don't back off. Watch him. If I roll this again, he backed off, and then bang into the back of the net. But if he had closed down Caicedo, we all know Caicedo is not
And I like something Caicedo did that you're not touching on. You see, when he picked up the ball, he gave him a little head fake,
as if he
and
was
then
going.
the head fake is what sends Van Dijk trying to go into the other
But Van
direction.
Dijk too, Kerkes
Has already
had
done that man.
done that man. Look, he was the only person not having any job to do. So naturally, he should step forward and come
close
to
out the
Caicedo.
space.
He steps forward, he blocks that shot all day.
Yep.
Or
He
you,
doesn't.
or you make Caicedo
At least you
make a
make-
decision.
yep, you-
Do I
Exactly,
pass?
yes.
Do
Decide.
I-
Yep. Force him into an uncomfortable situation.
Like he made it so easy for the young man. And look, credit must be given to the young man.
Oh,
For a
such a-
DM
Yeah.
who does this and the way, the technique, the
He
power,
nearly,
the
he nearly
precision.
ripped the net off.
So credit to him again. Now Liverpool then in the second half came and started behaving.
Yeah.
They misbehaved extensively in that first half, not going back to the basics, not trying to close in, allowing this very makeshift Chelsea's in Achampo and Badashi virtually taking the ball off the Chelsea goalkeeper and passing through the press.
At some point, had the effrontery to sometimes take the ball
And then
run
run
through
into
the middle.
midfield. And I was asking myself,
The
if
press-
this is
the press
Jurgen
was
Klopp,
non-existent.
if this is Jurgen Klopp, he stands there, he gives you those stern German looks, you will behave. We are not saying that from Mr. Slot. So this is Cody Gakpo. Look, Cody Gakpo yesterday had, I don't know, but it's like
Slot says he had an excellent game. That's why he didn't take him
I
off.
think we were watching two different games.
I'm not sure. I was.
Slot said that?
I was.
Yes.
He was asked why he didn't take
Take him
Gakpo
off.
off. He said Gakpo was having an excellent game.
What?
I couldn't believe it. And to be honest, even after
Look, I
about
would
the
have brought-
75th minute,
I would
Gakpo's
have-
legs were gone.
I would have brought that young chap,
Ngomora.
Ngomora,
Even Chiesa.
even Chiesa.
They had plenty
There
options
were
on the bench.
options on the bench. Now, Liverpool in that second half started forcing the issue. And Isaac is very much aware that he's not the only person in the box for Liverpool. He knew very well that Liverpool had a partner somewhere closer to him, and that was Cody Gakpo. So the moment, look at the control, just took away the ball from what Caicedo. Then, at this stage, this is where I beg to differ. You see, and it is very nice to be arrogant as a coach, but if your arrogance does not get you to be smart to get a proper result, you always be on the losing team. Look, at this stage, the rate at which or the speed at which the game was being played was amazing.
Yeah, it was end to end at
End
that
to
point.
end. You don't do that.
Yeah.
I think even
My team would have never done that. For the fact that Liverpool themselves had not played well, they've lost their last game coming into this. You don't want to lose the next one. So tactically, once it became 1-1, with like 5 minutes to go, 3 minutes to go, come on, everybody, calm down. I would have done this. Calm down. Let's just do this, do that. 1-1, I will take it. I will take the 1-1 and take it back to Anfield. Because this is one of your title rivals. If you can get a result against them at their home, it's a plus. But look at the goal again. This is Esteval.
Yeah.
So many things were not proper here. First and foremost, I've always questioned laterals. If you look at where the ball is, there's no way those guys there are striking the goal. This is Mr. Robertson, somebody who had just been introduced into the game. This is Mr. Robertson.
Yeah.
Look at him. You cannot just be keeping your eye on the ball like that. If you look at Robertson, he's only looking this way where the ball is. He's only looking this way. You cannot be doing that. You just cannot be doing that. You should be looking at your shoulders and see what is happening with you. But he was completely unaware. But if he was aware that, look, yes, but look at the crowd there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13,
Liverpool
14.
literally had all their players in the team.
There.
Yep.
So there was no need to worry there. Rather, you should be turning and say, okay, who is my man? He looks round, he picks up Esteban.
because if he steps back just 2 steps,
He's in
closer
charge
to
of the
that.
situation. He didn't do that. He kept looking. So now Chelsea were probing.
he actually-
The moment he probed, and before the ball came, you could see him
Hands
do
on
this.
his knees.
Robertson,
When the ball is in play.
When the ball is in play, you are rather more or less holding your knees to do what? Look at that. Everybody, look at that. Look at Mr. Robertson.
Oh my goodness.
Look at that. Look at Robertson. This Robertson. Mr. Robertson. This is serious. Oh. Robertson.
Oh, good.
Look at Mr. Robertson. This is him. Mr. Robertson. Look at Mr. Robertson. He's doing this.
Was that was he? Did he have a knock? Was he tired?
I think he was tired.
After the game, he actually was helped off the pitch.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because it didn't make sense. Because he came off the bench to replace Kekes.
Kekes.
Yeah.
And I think
So I think he
you
was
addressed
injured,
that
so
with-
probably was
with
like-
some of the things Slots did.
Wow.
Yeah. Probably was like
Because I was shocked.
taking
Look
a
at
quick break. But this was not the time to take a quick break.
Of course. Let the ball
The
go
ball
off.
is active. Yeah.
The ball is active, so you should be awake. You should not be sleeping. So he slept a little bit.
Quick, like,
And then
within a split
look at
second,
him.
the accident happened.
By the time he realized, look at, he was not looking. The man is
The player
already
was
ahead of
gone.
you.
Yeah.
The moment he could see that he's
It
going
was
to
late.
sleep.
Yeah.
And then obviously you pay the price. Look, Chelsea deserved
To win this
yeah,
game.
they deserved to win it. I think over the entire 90 minutes, they were by far the better team. Their desire, their tackling. There were times where I highlighted their press, how coordinated they were pressing. It was absolutely brilliant. And Liverpool, Isak, Gakpo, Soboslai, Gravenberg, they were all not pressing. And that at this level is not allowed.
Let me just take quick thoughts from Nubo before we take another break here. The Liverpool fan base seemed to be losing their patience with the manager. Some say it's very early days in the season. Why is that happening?
Well, I think we were discussing this off camera, that once you come in your first season and you win the league, the marking scheme changes.
Of
and
course.
then we rate you at a higher standard. And that's what Slots is suffering now. Now, the other part of it too is that people will already begin to question you in the sense that you came in, literally didn't sign anyone outside Kaiser who barely played, and you won the league. So that's someone's team.
Yes.
Now you've been given the option or you've been
The
given the
luxury.
luxury
Yeah.
to pick your own toys. And with doing that, you are not able to even, like, you are struggling to win games. Liverpool hasn't had any good game, this season. So, and now, once that losing streak continues, your players begin to lose confidence in what you are presenting them. Because I think it was the first game, and Gravenberg highlighted something that he's now been given the freedom to go forward. Now, if you look at Liverpool last season, in progressing the ball, Gravenberg was the one receiving
Yeah, he
it.
was dropping in between the two centre
He
backs.
receives it, he
and
turns,
then
and then
he
we
plays.
progress. Now, this season, you've given him the liberty to go anywhere he wants. So now, if you play Wirtz has to come in and pick the ball, and Gravenberg is ahead of him. So in build-up in itself, it's a problem. If you look at the press, even with the goal, Liverpool and Jurgen Klopp pressing, the centre backs shouldn't be at the centre line. You should be forcing them to keep them there.
And that shows.
Tactically, there's a lot that's not happening. You look at the centre back setup. You've brought Kekes to replace Robertson. Defensively, he's not as good. You brought in Frimpong to replace.
Frimpong is struggling to get into the team now.
You don't even know where to play him. So because of that, your engine in midfield, you have shifted him to
Asked
right
to go and
back.
deputize as a right
Then
back.
now, when you are losing the game, your progressor in midfield, you bring him to centre back. You bring your engine in midfield to right back. How do you win the game?
Virtually diluting whatever is happening in the middle of the park.
So there's no build-up. There's no shield for the defense.
And there's also no progress.
And then your defender is also not being up front. When the ball is coming, he's shifting back.
backpedaling.
So I think this international break comes at a very good time for him. He needs to sit down, profile this team properly. If you look at something Jurgen Klopp was doing very well, was that when he brought in new players, he just wasn't throwing them in.
he gave them time.
Yes, because they need to learn how the team is playing. And that shift from how Liverpool were a very good transition team to being overly technical, it's not helping. And once you are not getting results with what you are implementing, you need to go back to what was working.
Go back to the basic, Mr. Slot. According to my people here in the studio, let's take our final break here on the show. When we come back, we have a couple more highlights for you. Sevilla were out there teaching Barcelona a football lesson. I have that special highlight for you on the show, so don't go anywhere. We'll bring it up for you. Welcome back to Scorecard here on Channel 1 TV. Let's get into some other leagues. Let's go to Spain this time, and let's go to the Ramon Sanchez Pizjuan, where Sevilla Football Club were up against Barcelona. Barca have wobbled a little. They lost to PSG in midweek in the Champions League, and then followed it up with another defeat in La Liga against Sevilla. Let's get the highlights. So Barcelona losing heavily at the Ramon Sanchez Pizjuan to Sevilla. Well, let me take your thoughts on that game. Huge defeat. So back-to-back defeats for Hansi Flick now.
Yeah, I don't know whether without Yamal they can't win or they can't play any decent football. But I think he needs to tone down the high line. Because in midweek, you look at that PSG team, they were without their captain. Yeah. They couldn't fill out their bench. The only relevant players they had was Lucas Hernandez and Ramos. They played out young games up front.
Yep.
You still couldn't win at home.
Bakola and Mayul.
Then you look at this game.
Yep.
Lewandowski, it's 2-1. You have a penalty. The penalty is not even on target. You miss the goal. And then they are still playing a high line. I don't think you can build your team, a team like Barcelona around. I mean, yeah, you can build it around, but you can't be relying on a 20-year-old. How old is he? He's like 19 or
19,
something.
yeah.
You can't be relying on him to win all the time.
That's the reality on the ground. In fact, he's become the talisman of the team now.
No, but Barcelona, you need to be able to win games even without your best players. And Sevilla haven't been good over the past 2 or 3 years.
Yep.
So to get beat 4-1,
yeah,
that's
a heavy defeat.
That's a heavy defeat.
It is. To be honest with you, it is. Because, and if you look at the opposition, it is a heavy, heavy defeat. And for me, Mr. Flick is not being smart. He's more or less telling the other coaches that they don't have sense. Because you see, if you do things, you expect the others to sit there and look at you do the same thing over and over and not. So what is your plan B? How are you surprising them? Yeah. Look, coaching is all about surprise. There are times, yes, you have an identity, but when they least expect certain things from you, that is when you do it. Because you are doing the thing when the person is not properly triggered and coordinated and people are not anticipating better. Why are you still playing the high line? For me, look, if he doesn't stop, or maybe wait, when Rafinha come, when Lamine Yamal come, these two players will put fear in the opponent.
Yes.
Okay? And they will restrict the opponent from coming forward. But
he needs to drop the line.
The team looks at the team. Okay, there's no Yamal, there's no Rafinha. Come on, I think we can get at this guy. Let's go get at them. And then you are selling yourself to be
Maybe
bought.
he doesn't know how to coach any other way.
No, but at least you can drop the line a bit.
Drop the line a bit.
But where it is suicidal.
And it is just narrow and high. It's not this.
Yeah.
Where you keep let's 4 of it go. But look at the goals. It was about the 2 center back and the full backs were all very high up the pitch. It's unacceptable. It's unacceptable.
Barcelona losing heavily in that game. Let me take some more messages and then we'll get to that Real Madrid game that was also played over the weekend. This one here says, good evening, guys. Integrity Nyado from Juapon, the Volta region. He says, if Barcelona had won, I would have won millions. But as a Madrid fan, I'm happy they lost because money can't buy happiness.
This one is not true. This one is not true.
No, I need to read that message again. Hold on. He says that if Barcelona had won, I would have won millions. But as a Madrid fan, I am happy they lost because money can't buy happiness.
It's not true. At his age, millions. He's talking about millions.
He can definitely buy his happiness.
Of course.
More messages. King Darlington, Dactylon inside Kiwi says that, look, Slot should play Rio and Chiesa. Anytime these guys come on, they change the rhythm of the team. Bench anyone who is inefficient, such as Salah. Play Rio. The young boy is full of energy and is ready to roar. Anytime Salah is not in form, I'm afraid for my team Liverpool. We're talking about this. Whenever he's not in form, he wants to shoot from everywhere because he's trying to end his goal drought. Yeah. Takes all kinds of unfortunate decisions that come back to bite the team. This one here says that I want to know your assessment of Enzo Fernandez in the Chelsea midfield so far in the league. For me, I find it very difficult watching him. He's just been a pale shadow of himself and I can't wait to see him in the dugout.
No,
Wow.
he's doing
I
very
think
well.
he's been good.
He's been very, very good.
Yeah.
You see, we are overly obsessed with Caicedo. But Caicedo alone is not doing the job. People are complimenting him to get the job done.
Yeah.
And Enzo is one of those.
I feel like a lot of people expect Enzo to be the guy who played with Argentina in the World Cup. Like they want to see like the same level of involvement, action.
Chelsea
But
don't have
It's
Messi.
different.
The roles are different.
the
The
roles
players
Players are different. And Chelsea don't have Messi. Chelsea don't have.
They had
Julian
Rodrigo De Paul in that
Alvarez.
midfield.
There's
Yeah.
Rodrigo
a lot
De
of
Paul.
working people.
These are
there.
workaholics.
People just want to see that type of Enzo. Anyway, let's get to a team that won their game. Real Madrid Football Club were up against Villarreal. Thomas Partey plays for Villarreal these days. It was a big game for both sides. Let's get the highlights of this one. So Real Madrid picking up all 3 points on the day. 3 goals to boot as well. Quick thoughts on that one. I haven't seen anything. What have I seen?
Oh my goodness. I don't know, but so many bad decisions. The Spanish referees, they're actually also very, very bad.
Yep.
The
Yeah,
rest
compete-
of
How
the
was
issues-
that? How was
Competing
that
with the
a
Premier
penalty?
League referees.
How was that a penalty? How was that a red card?
Yeah.
Come on, man. You see, this is Real Madrid. They are supposed to be beating the best because they are one of the best. So if they are being favored like this, it makes football watching a bit disinteresting. For me, it's like every week
There's something.
there's a penalty, weak penalty, loose penalty. Every week.
You are being unfair to Real
No,
Madrid.
but
You are
go
being- you are
through.
being
How many
unfair
games
to
have
Real
they
Madrid.
played?
Let us
Six,
let
7
us
games.
let us
They've
restrict.
actually gotten once it is at the Bernabeu, they will get a penalty.
This is a conspiracy.
No, it's there. The facts
this is
say
a-
that. The facts
I
are
can
there.
speak to today's game, but
No.
if you say every week,
I'm
that's-
saying
But in the Champions League game, the same thing.
every week, be it in Europe or once it's at the Bernabeu, they have a penalty. How is that the penalty?
Sure
Nketia?
bet.
No, man. No, no.
Real Madrid getting a 3-1 win there. Let's do some Serie A action before we go. Let's do back-to-back highlights now. Internacional were up against Cremonese, won by 4-1, and then Rasmus Højlund again for Napoli. They won their game by 2-1 against Genoa. Let's do the highlights of both games. We'll come back in studio and discuss. Let me just take closing thoughts from you guys out there. You can tackle either one of the games, and I'll let Coach have the other.
I want to highlight Coach's best friend, Rasmus.
Rasmus.
I think Coach believed in him, but you see, a striker who is scoring is a confident striker. And
Fact.
we've seen that in the 3 or 4 games he's been at Napoli. He looks reborn. He looks a different player, and that's good to see because I was questioning some things about him, but
Yeah.
with what I've seen, there's
Is
quality.
this a
in
loan
there.
deal?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
It's
I think
They
it's
are
loan
likely
with
to make
option
it
buy.
permanent.
Yeah.
obligation to buy.
So it's good to see him kind of rescue his career from whatever happened at United. So I'm happy for him.
Coach?
Yeah, for Inter Milan, they will have to compete. We all saw what they did last season, got to the Champions League final, unfortunately lost out on both the Serie A and the Champions League final, so they want to make amends. Just before you go, I have to say this for my Akunta. If I don't say it, I am dead. He's actually told me that if I don't say it, he will take his sister from me. So he says a year ago, today he got his Dorcas Anaba, and then he said I should tell Dorcas happy marriage anniversary and that his love for her will continue to grow. He actually wrote a message, but I've left my phone, so I'm just trying. He said, Dorcas, husband, and he said, it's going to be very nice, you guys.
Nice one. Thank you very much, Coach. Thank you very much, Nubo. Thank you very much to you guys for time and also for sending in messages. We appreciate it. Same time next week, we'll come your way with Scorecard.